Howdy there. Welcome to the second episode in this series of Cup of Joe. I'm Joe. Today we're going to have a story time about a teacher, a really bad teacher. Probably doesn't have a teaching degree. So I'm just going to jump straight into it. This teacher, I'm going to call Mrs. F for all the F's in chat in her class. But this teacher taught biology. I guess I should say she sat in the room while we taught ourselves biology, because she didn't teach at all. Like, she never stood in the front of the class to tell us anything. She didn't even know the material. Every question anybody ever asked got the same answer. Is it? And it's the most annoying thing in the world. Alright, it's the most annoying thing in the world, only because of the fucking smirk on her face after taking that stupid-ass ego trip of I'm better. Anyway, let's just continue. She told us a chapter in our books, and we were just supposed to take notes ourselves. That was the class. This isn't the first teacher to do this, but my problems with her as a teacher was her grading style, I guess I'd call it. In school, I'd say I'm pretty good at schooling. I always get like A's and B's, sometimes the occasional C. But in her class, I had a D for most of it. Alright, one of my friends who tends to get, C's, D's, and F's had a nice and shiny B in her class. I wasn't sure how I was doing so badly compared to him, so one day I asked to compare answers on a test, and I found out all of our answers were pretty much the same, We got like similar grades, but at the end of the day he ended up with an A, and for some reason I got an F. So of course I wasn't happy with how this turned out, so I ended up going and talking with her. Alright, and all Mrs. F had to say was, "Why are you guys looking at each other's tests?" And of course I had to reply with, "I'm not sure why I'm doing so bad in this class, since I always do everything else really well." She just told me to go to the office and have a chat with the principal. The best part about this is the principal was, and here's the stinger now, her husband. Yeah, my shady teacher was married to the one with all the power, so what am I gonna do now? I ended up just having to kind of sit and suffer, but I decided to have a little fun with it. I vowed to never have a correct answer in her class. All of my answers were just going to be a bunch of jokes. But I wasn't the only one who did this. I wasn't the only one who had a problem with this. So, me and a few of my friends decided to just make all of our answers memes. The part I absolutely love the most is what happened next. She started marking all of these answers as wrong, but still giving the same grades as before. I don't understand how she could justify giving my friends an 85 when all of his answers were Chuck Norris's all, or something completely stupid like that. Alright, here's the best part about the video, the me, I should say. Eventually, she felt a little self-conscious about our teaching, so she decided to do a little survey. And this had to be the most interesting 45 minutes of my life. So the survey had questions like, what's your favorite class? If so, why? And do you like this class? If not, why? So one thing she kept repeating during the survey was, the survey is completely anonymous, so answer honestly. And this was a Google form, and at the bottom of the page it said, this form will be submitted under, and then it showed my email, which is my full name. So it wasn't anonymous, and I knew that, so what was I gonna do? I just decided to answer the questions as honestly as possible. Alright, I had put my favorite class is algebra, because the teacher taught the class. And I did not like this class, because the teacher never taught me anything, and my questions were never answered. And at the end of the survey, alright, she started talking to the class about the answers. At first she was like, most of you guys like fitness, which is pretty standard. Some band, and 2 math kids. How odd. Then she went to the hated classes. A few maths, a couple bands, and a whole lot of biologies. Wow, that's a surprise. Wow. Then she read all the reasonings. Alright. And as she was reading mine, her snake eyes snapped right at mine. And it was kind of the weirdest thing in the world, just kind of chilling, as she's trying to guilt trip me into feeling sorry for not liking her class. After that, I failed that class, but luckily for me, the pandemic struck before the end of the year, so Coronication allowed me to just kind of pass to the next class. Thank the Lord. Corona did good. Other than that, fuck Corona. well, that's the end of my story. If you like it, let me know in the comments down below. If you want to see me complain about more things, consider dropping a sub to make me feel more validated in life. And see ya. Okay, so once again, not the end of the video. I got a few things I want to say. School is probably coming up this Monday, so I'll probably have some videos talking about that coming in the next few weeks. I'd like to give a shout out to a little bitch, alright, Skittles52 Games. Fuck you. No reason. Alright, one more thing. If you guys and gals want to see gameplay from a certain game, just drop a comment, because I see those, and I have games. Yeah, that's all I got. Have a wonderful day.